Greetings in the name of Yahusha HaMashiach, Melech of
Stop run
Yasharal,
ES
who
by
and
wipeout.
forever according to the order of Melchizedek. All esteem, honor, and glory unto our Lua, Yahuwah. My name is Maya Akal Shalama. This is MELEK SHELOMOH Trading. And before I start, I'm going to do this risk disclosure. Please read
25
along if
cents.
the sound is
Stop
getting
run
drowned
ES
out
by
from the
wipeout. Boom.
alerts.
Sweep ES buyers at
General disclosure. All MELEK Shелomah
$5,697.75.
Trading LLC materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should
Boom.
not be
Sweep
considered
ES
specific
sellers at
investment advice nor recommendations.
$5,697.
Risk disclosure. Trading futures, equities, and digital currencies
Boom.
involves
Sweep ES
substantial
buyers
risk
at
of loss and is not suitable for all
$5,698.
investors.
Stop run ES
Past
by
performance
wipeout.
is not
Boom.
necessarily
Sweep
indicative
ES
of
sellers
future
at
results.
$5,609.
All right, so let's jump into the trade recap. So this is a 360 fire strategy. I don't have the entry on the trade, but I have the exit here. So let me just highlight that. The exit is at 56.6250, right? So basically, let's see, do I have the trade and map? I mean the trade and view chart up. Let me just pull up the trade and view chart so I can give you an overview of the trade setup, like from the higher time frame. All right, so this is my Wyckoff chart. Let me just pull this into perspective. All right. All right, so really quickly, this is a redistribution structure right here. We had the fallout from here, which created the big down sweep, right? Which fell down here to around, what is it? Around 48.34, 48.32, right? Let's see, let's bring this back up. I know there's a lot of lines on the chart, but this is just some Wyckoff levels. So let me just bring your perspective into this right here. This is the redistribution structure, right? And we basically retrace back up to this redistribution structure. We're at the automatic rally of this redistribution structure, and we're getting a small like distribution structure right here, right? So this could possibly be the buying climax. This is the uptrust, or this could be the buying climax. This could be the automatic reaction. This is pushing up now to either create a uptrust, which would be above here, or this is the uptrust itself. That's the buying climax. And this is going to be a LPSY, right? So either way, we're getting rejection at this level here, whether it's basically a test after the uptrust, and this is creating a LPSY, so we're getting some pullbacks here. We just got this bought up here off of yesterday's close, which was 56.52, but at the time of the trade, I'm in this purple bar here, right? So this is resistance. We might get a stop run above this automatic rally if this is a distribution structure, and that's what I'm leaning towards. It's a distribution structure, so we're in prior redistribution area. So we're getting this distribution structure here. So that's what I'm working off of a higher time frame, right? So let's go down to the 5-minute chart, and we're actually getting a nice reversal here back up to Camarilla R3. But let me just show you where the trade took place, or basically the setup. All right, so from yesterday, I'm looking at this here as a possible accumulation or selling climax. This is pushing up now to create an automatic rally, right? So from the selling climax, automatic rally, right, on a 5-minute time frame. So this is basically a LPSY retesting up here. So we actually got up to floor pivot R1. I think the top of this was, the high of this was 57.1750. That's the ETH high, and we started to move down into the RTH, right? So let's just open this up. So we're moving down, we're downtrending into the RTH open, which is basically going to create somewhat of a secondary stop. So I'm looking for a continuation here. That's the open. I'm looking for a continuation of the downtrend. All of these here are basically retests of VWAP, which is that neon green line. But I'm looking for my retest to happen at Camarilla R3, which is right here at 56.7778. Right, you can see right now that price action is rejecting off of Camarilla R4, heavy selling right there. So looking for this retest here, this is where my trade entry was on the breakdown of VWAP, stop run above VWAP, and then we broke down to Camarilla R3, broke down, retest. So let me just open that up real quick before we go over to bookmap so I can show the order flow. All right, so that's the stop run above VWAP. That's my 365 retracement back to VWAP, stop run. Got the entry right here. We broke down Camarilla R3, which is that red line at 56.7778. Got the retest right there. Buyers failed to push it back up. That's the wick on this candle. Let's open that up a little more. Right, so that's the wick on the candle. That's the entry right there, and I exited down here. Right, so let's go over to the bookmap. Try and get some order flow on this trade. All right, so basically that's the high right there in the ETH, right? That's the ETH high. Let me just move this up real quick. Overnight high. All right, let's do this. 57.1750. All right. Right, so that's floor pivot R1. That's overnight high. We start moving down into the RTH. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Don't do this right now. All right. I'm trying to get to the RTH open here. Right, so these VWAP bands are anchored from the RTH open. Those green upper deviations, dash line is upper deviations. That's +1, +2, 2.5, and 3.0, right? That solid green line is VWAP, right? So at 10:02, come on, chill out, chill out. Right, so we're getting the retracement here. We have some absorption from the liquidity we ran into around 56.74. We got this reversal and we're coming back up to retest VWAP, right? So this is actually a bowling green strategy, but I'm not taking any longs right now. I was looking for the shorts, right? So we pull back up to VWAP. We get a lack of buying interest and we get some buying sweeps here, right? This is signs of exhaustion for me, right? So we get buying sweeps, you usually get a rotation to the downside. So those green bubbles right there are buying sweeps, buying exhaustion for me. Retest VWAP, buyers looking like they want to take it back up, exhaustion, they're not hitting the best offer. Come back, we retest VWAP for buyers, looking for buyers. No push up above these levels here on the buying on the best ask. We have another buying sweep here indicating a rotation to the downside. We do get the breakdown of VWAP. Volume is starting to come in here as well on the selling. And again, we have liquidity on the offer pressing down on price. We have a lot of liquidity up there, right? Still up here as well, pressing down on price. We start to get the breakdown. We get the breakdown of Camarilla R3, which is right here at 56.77.78. And we get the retest of it. Breakdown. We hit first lower deviation. We push up. We try to push up above Camarilla R3, buying exhaustion again. That's my trade entry. This is also VPOC, so we're getting a VPOC feel right there at 56.7725. So all of these things are lining up together for trade confirmation. Although I don't really look for trade confirmation, I just look for buying exhaustion, right? So we start to target these liquidity areas coming down here as I enter the trade. We're targeting this liquidity right here, 209 at 56.6990, right? So we hit that liquidity. We have good volume hitting that liquidity right there. We start to get like a consolidation off of that, right? So I held my trade because I was looking to get down here to value area high, right? Which is the next liquidity level, 210 on the bid. So we start, I'm looking at price action, right? So we get the buying exhaustion again on the retest. We're getting buy sweeps. We push down again to 2.5 lower deviation, right? We push back up buying sweeps. Good indication for continuation to the downside. So I'm holding the trade. It's actually creating a lower high as well. Another lower high, buying sweeps, and I'm looking for it to break down from this consolidation area. So we broke down, we hit this target, but we hit this target so hard that I didn't have a hard stop, right? So we hit this target so hard and we got buying sweeps, right? That I'm actually looking for it to break down even more. So we actually broke down more to I think my exit was 56.6275. So I actually exited somewhere around here, right? Let's see, what is this here? I think my exit was right here as we broke down this level and we started to consolidate a little bit after breaking down here. That's where I exited at 56.6275, which would be somewhere, yes, at this yellow line right here, right? So that was my exit right there, and that was basically the trade. So I actually traded a eval today as well. So this is a 150K eval account from Apex. You need 9 grand to pass that eval. So the PNL on the day is 9762.50. So I passed another 150K eval, and I did a video prior, right? And I said that I passed the eval with, I think it was 5300 on the P&L, but actually that trade didn't work out because it was 2 trades from a prior day. I thought that I needed only 5300, but I needed a little more than that, so I didn't pass that eval on that day. So correction on that video. And this one I definitely passed the eval with 1 trade, right? So yeah, that's my 360 fire strategy. That's how I pass evals and stuff like that. And yeah, it's my account Shalama. It's Melek Shelomah Trading, and that was my breakdown trade and recap of my 360 fire strategy. It's basically a retest of VWAP or maybe even a first upper deviation retest by an exhaustion at a pivot level. And my pivot level was Camarilla R3 on the day. And yeah, that's it, man. All right, y'all. Shalom.